Making headlines. The President orders all relevant authorities to implement the necessary legal amendments to enforce stringent measures against speeding vehicles. The President extends condolences following the demise of Abdul Salam Ali, father of the Commissioner of Police Ali Shujao. And the Minister emphasizes the importance of the President's vision for Islamic culture, noble customs and moral values, stating that it is a vision the country urgently needs today.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to PSM News in English with me, Hafiza Satar. And now the news in detail. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz orders all relevant authorities to implement the necessary legal amendments to enforce stringent measures against speeding vehicles. In a post shared on social media, following the tragic death of a 23-year-old individual in an accident, President Dr. Muiz stressed that the road accident took the life of a precious soul. The incident occurred at midnight and resulted in the death of Hassan Sama, who was struck by a speeding car driven by Mohammad Wissam Siddiqui from Hitadu Sinatol. The driver of the car has been arrested. The President extended his deepest condolences to the victim's family and prayed to Almighty Allah to bless the soul of Saki and grant them Jannatul Firdaus. Highlighting the importance of collaborative efforts to prevent such incidents, President Dr. Muiz reiterated the government's commitment in ensuring that the roads are a safe place for all individuals and prevent the speeding of vehicles. The President disclosed that relevant authorities have been directed to enact and enforce legal amendments to impose strict penalties on speeding vehicles in response to recent fatal accidents caused by speeding. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz extends condolences following the dismissal of Abdul Salam Ali, father of the Commissioner of Police Ali Shujao. On a social media post, President Dr. Muiz acknowledged Abdul Salam Ali's significant contributions as a long-serving imam in Horafushi, Hali Fetol. The President noted that Abdul Salam Ali was a religious individual who earned the respect of residents and had a great heart. Furthermore, President Dr. Muiz conveyed his deepest sympathies praying to Almighty Allah to bless the soul of Abdul Salam Ali and grant them Jannatul Firdaus. He extended his thoughts and prayers to his family, expressing profound grief. Minister of Islamic Affairs Dr. Muhammad Shahim Ali Saeed emphasizes the importance of President Dr. Mohammad Muiz's vision for Islamic culture, noble customs and moral values, stating that it is a vision the country urgently needs today. The minister made these remarks while speaking at the official National Day ceremony held in Utim, Hali Fetol.
In his speech, the Islamic minister urged the current generation to draw lessons from the life of Muhammad Taqur Irfan, describing him as a symbol of courage and determination. He highlighted Taqur Irfan's unwavering love for his country and loyalty to the religion, noting that the Maldives remains steadfast in its Islamic faith today due to Muhammad Taqur Irfan's noble jihad. The minister expressed gratitude for the country's leadership, which continues to remind the people of the importance of the national language and Islamic faith. He underscored that President Dr. Muiz's vision is essential for the country's future and that today's generation must work towards preserving national identity and moral integrity by adhering to Islamic principles. Minister Dr. Shahim also praised Utim, calling it a school of leadership that has produced key figures in Maldivian history. He remarked that despite its small size, Utim's legacy is etched in golden letters in the nation's proud history. The minister reaffirmed the government's commitment to supporting Utim's ongoing national efforts.
Minister of Divehi Language, Culture and Heritage Adam Nasir Ibrahim likens the reform initiatives of President Dr. Mohammad Muiz to those of the national hero, Sultan Al-Ghazi Muhammad Taqur Irfan Ul-Awzan. Speaking at the National Day commemoration ceremony, Minister Adam Nasir highlighted the presence of reformers throughout Maldivian history. He noted that Mohammad Takur Fano's reign came at a time when the Maldives urgently needed reforms, particularly during the Portuguese occupation, which necessitated significant efforts to secure national independence. Minister Adam Nasir emphasized the positive and lasting impact of Badu Takur Fano's reforms and drew parallel to the current initiatives led by President Dr. Moise. He stressed the importance of celebrating National Day, reminding the public that the pursuit of national independence and sovereignty is an ongoing journey. Minister of Homeland Security and Technology Ali Hassan praises the success of President Dr. Mohamed Moise's collaborative approach to homeland security.
In a social media post, Minister Ihsan acknowledged the positive outcomes stemming from the President's Joint Operational Concept, which has been instrumental in addressing critical security challenges that existed when the current administration took office. The minister expressed his gratitude to the leaders and staff involved in the coordinated efforts led by the Joint Task Force. One of the key focuses of the Joint Task Force has been tackling the issue of illegal immigration. Special task forces in collaboration with the Maldives Immigration and the Maldives Police Service MPS have been conducting targeted raids across the Greater Malay region. These operations, guided by intelligence gathered by the task force, has led to significant discoveries including debit and credit cards, large sums of money and confiscated passports from those taken into custody. Minister Ihsan also highlighted ongoing efforts to streamline the deportation process for illegal immigrants. In partnership with Maldivian, a cap of $518 has been set for deportation tickets. Documented immigrants are deported within 48 hours of detention, though challenges remain in processing undocumented individuals. The government is working closely with relevant embassies to expedite the resolution of these issues.
Minister of Climate Change, Environment and Energy Tariq Ibrahim underscores the crucial importance of the Asia Protected Area Partnership (APAP) roadmap, noting that it supports the Maldives' efforts of protecting the environment.
Speaking at the Regional Conservation Forum RCF 2024 Asia Forum, organized by the International Union for Conservation of Nature IUCN, Minister Tariq highlighted that the APAP roadmap will bolster the Maldives' environmental protection initiatives and will also facilitate stronger bilateral relations with other Asian countries and the sharing of valuable experiences. At the forum, Minister Tariq introduced the APAP roadmap for other effective area-based conservation measures (OECM). The primary objective of the roadmap is to strengthen the efforts exerted to protect the environment while ensuring that natural resources are utilized sustainably by the Asian countries. The Minister of Climate Change, Environment and Energy stated that the roadmap also aims to enhance cooperation among Asian countries in environmental conservation. Furthermore, Minister Tariq co-chaired the Celebrating the Decade of Advancing Protected Areas in Asia, held under the RCF 2024 Asia Forum. This event marked the achievements of the past decade in protecting and preserving Asia's protected sites. The minister expressed optimism that the event will ensure that efforts exerted by the Maldives to protect the environment are also recognized at a global level and also expand the Maldives' role in Asia. The IUCN's 8th RCF 2024 Asia Forum aims to evaluate conservation progress, revisit priority goals, and propose strategic directions for the region's key stakeholders to best address challenges concerning the environment and biodiversity over the next 20 years. The forum was held in Bangkok, Thailand, and saw the participation of over 600 participants.
Maldives Immigration launches a new application that enables officers to check whether foreign nationals are residing in compliance with local regulations, marking a significant step in modernizing immigration services.
Speaking to PSMNEWS, Controller General of Immigration Muhammad Shamman Wahid stated that the previous system relied on manual processes, but efforts are now underway to digitize operations in line with modern practices. The Immigration Watch initiative is a key part of this transformation. Shamman explained that the new application allows officers to verify on-site if a foreign national is living within legal boundaries or is undocumented. He said this will be a major improvement in the work. As part of the modernization effort, Maldives Immigration also launched an online platform on July 17th to report illegal immigrants. The Immigration Watch program has led to the deportation of over 3,300 foreign nationals this year, including many involved in illegal trading or holding incomplete documentation. The government plans to expand the operations to all islands in the Maldives within the next year and aims to consolidate the data of all foreign nationals into a single database. The comprehensive solution to address the issues surrounding foreign nationals is expected to be fully implemented within the next 3 years.
Japanese retail giant PSMNEWS Holdings said that it had turned down Canada's Alimonte Couche-Tard's $38.5 billion cash bid, rejecting an offer that would be the largest ever foreign buyout of a Japanese company.
7-Eleven operator 7&I said the takeover proposal was not in the best interest of shareholders and was likely to face significant antitrust challenges in the US, where the combined company would be the convenience store industry's biggest by a considerable margin. 7&I, which said last month it had received an offer from Circle K owner Couche-Tard without naming the price, disclosed that the bid was at $14.86 a share and said it was open to sincerely consider any proposals. However, it said in a letter addressed to Couche-Tard that it would resist any proposals that deprives shareholders of the company's value that fails to specifically address very real regulatory concerns. Couche-Tard did not respond immediately to a request for comments from Reuters. Its incoming CEO, Alex Miller, said on a post-earnings call on Thursday that Couche-Tard was confident in its ability to finance and complete the deal. 7&I shares swung between gains and losses before closing 1.43% lower at 2,133.5 yen, $14.99 on Friday, slightly above the value of the $14.86 per share proposal. The stock traded at 1,761 yen, $12.29 before Couche-Tard's approach was announced on August 19th. Couche-Tard shares have fallen about 8% since its proposal to 7&I was made public. The Japanese company said if Couche-Tard was to increase the value of the offer very significantly, it would still be concerned over whether a takeover would be able to progress. According to LSEG data, the $38.5 billion Couche-Tard bid is the largest all-cash offer for a company since Elon Musk bought Twitter for $40.2 billion in 2022. According to analytics and consulting firm Global Data, 7-Eleven is the biggest U.S. convenience store operator with a 14.5% share of the market in 2023, and Couche-Tard's brands had a 4.6% share.
Displaced Palestinians have expressed their longing for a permanent ceasefire after 11 months of conflict.
Living in makeshift tents and hollowed-out buildings after months of strikes that have left much of Gaza in ruins, Palestinians hope the temporary pause in hostilities, instated to enable a polio vaccination, will turn into a more permanent one. So far, 187,000 youngsters have been vaccinated against polio, which was facilitated by Hamas and Israel agreeing on limited pauses in their fighting. The UN Palestinian Refugee Agency, UNRWA, said the campaign was so far successful but complex. But the war continued elsewhere in the enclave, with Gaza health authorities reporting several killed in Israeli airstrikes, including a hit on a hospital in central Gaza. And despite the success of the polio campaign, diplomatic efforts to secure a permanent ceasefire in the war, the release of hostages held in Gaza, and the return of Palestinians jailed by Israel have faltered. On Thursday, vaccination began in Rafah and Khan Yunis in the south of Gaza, both areas that have been battered by the war and that have hosted tens of thousands of people who have fled other parts. Later on Thursday, the Gaza Health Ministry said Israel refused to allow medical teams to areas east of the Salahuddin Road to vaccinate children living in the eastern communities of the southern cities. Health officials aim to reach 640,000 Gaza children for vaccination against polio in the campaign, which was launched after the discovery of a case of a one-year-old baby who was partially paralyzed. Meanwhile, Israeli air forces pressed on with operations in several areas across the Palestinian enclave, battling fighters from Hamas and the Islamic Jihad militant group. According to Gaza's health ministry, since the war escalated, more than 40,800 Palestinians have been killed in Gaza.
Alex Morgan, a two-time World Cup winner and one of the greatest goal scorers in U.S. women's national team history, announced her retirement from professional soccer.
Morgan, who also revealed that she is pregnant with her second child, will play her final professional match on Sunday, September 8th, when her team, San Diego Wave, of the National Women's Soccer League, hosts the North Carolina Courage.
I'm going to get to the point quickly. I'm retiring, and I have so much clarity about this decision, and I'm so happy to be able to finally tell you. It has been a long time coming, and this decision wasn't easy. But at the beginning of 2024, I felt in my heart and soul that this was the last season that I would play soccer. Soccer has been a part of me for 30 years, and it was one of the first things that I ever loved. And I gave everything to this sport, and what I got in return was more than I could have ever dreamed of. Success for me is defined by never giving up and giving your all. And I did just that. I'm giving my all every single day on the field. And I did that, giving my all in the relentless push for global investment in women's sports, because we deserve that. Giving my all in my various businesses beyond the soccer field, and giving my all as a mom to my daughter, Charlie. Charlie came up to me the other day and said that when she grows up, she wants to be a soccer player. And it just made me immensely proud. Not because I wish for her to become a soccer player when she grows up, but because a pathway exists that even a 4-year-old can see now. We're changing lives, and the impact we have on the next generation is irreversible. And I'm proud in the hand I had in making that happen, in pushing the game forward, and leaving it in a place that I'm so happy and proud of.
Morgan went to her first national team training in 2009 and became one of the most famous female players in the world due to her prolific scoring, personality, and off-the-field work for women's sports and equality. The striker, who twice finished second in voting for FIFA Women's Player of the Year, ended her international career with 123 goals, fifth all-time in U.S. history. At the 2012 Olympics, Morgan scored a famous goal when, on the verge of a penalty shootout, she looped in a header in the 123rd minute to secure a 4-3 semi-final victory over Canada en route to winning the gold medal. One of the last links to the great U.S. women's soccer team dynasty, Morgan was left out of the squad that won gold at this year's Paris Olympics.
China plans to carry out the Tianwen-3 mission through 2 launches around 2028, aiming to bring back samples from Mars, a Chinese space expert said on Thursday.
The chief designer of China's Mars sample return mission unveiled the details at the second International Deep Space Exploration Conference in Tunxi of Huangshan City in East China's Anhui province. The designer explained that China's Tianwen-3 mission aims to search for evidence of life as its top scientific goal. Technically, it will tackle key challenges like sampling, taking off from the surface, and planetary protection. The mission is mapped out in 13 phases using both on-site and remote sensing to study Martian samples and data for signs of life. It wants to ensure the samples will be retrieved and that the mission can yield scientific results. In terms of planetary protection, the mission will strictly abide by international agreements, avoiding bringing pollution to or back from the planet while making sure Mars, Earth and the samples are uncontaminated.
And that's all we have for this hour. Thank you for watching. Wish you all a very pleasant day ahead.